welcome to our second SmartBear demo den. In under 20 minutes, we're going to give you a great demo of Reflect with zero fluff. We are joined today by really a Reflect expert, Todd McNeil, who is the Director of Product Management for Reflect and also a co-creator of Reflect, who is here today to demo how agentic testing and Reflect can help navigate your applications, generate comprehensive test cases, and maintain them autonomously. Without any further ado, let's bear down because our dedicated demo den pun, and we'll get started. So Todd, take it from there.
I'm going to walk through our new feature for agentic test creation. And there's really two flavors to this feature. One is using an external agent like Claude to help assist in creating your test. And the other flavor is using an agent that's built inside Reflect itself. So what we're going to do first is the in-app agent, or rather the external agent. So here we are with a Claude code window and a test that I've already started creating. So this is a mobile test. You can see this is against the Coffee Explorer example mobile app. In my Claude session here, I've already installed the SmartBear MCP server. So you can see that here. We have quite a few tools. So this includes the Reflect tools, but tools for other SmartBear products like Swagger and Zephyr. And what I'm going to do here is go ahead and help have the assistant agent assist us in creating the tests. So we're going to go ahead and say something like, I want to create a Reflect test. And because the MCP tools are installed, this gives the agent context as to what I mean by creating a Reflect test. So it says to create a Reflect test, I need to connect to a recording session. Could you share the session ID? So you can see the session ID is over here. So we can do this with a mobile session here. We can also do this with a web session. So what that would look like is if I go here and say create test, give this a test name, we'll choose the Bear store as our test here. And we're going to give it the session ID right here. So I'm going to say my session ID is, and then copy paste this here. So with this session ID and with the connected MCP server, it is able to establish a connection with the live running browser session or mobile session. And remember, Reflect is running in the cloud. So this, in this case, the browser session is not running on my computer. It's actually running on a browser session in the cloud. And you can see here that it's connected to the session and it says that it's fetched some segments, which we'll talk about in a minute. And it says it sees what we're currently connected to. So it knows that we're on the SmartBear Bear store. It sees some things on the page like search for a product, and it has some context about tests that we've already created for this particular application. So the reason it has context about the tests we've created for this application is because in addition to seeing what's currently on the screen, the browser or the mobile app, it also can see the segments that we've created previously. And it can see the applications that we've created those segments for. So a segment, if you're not familiar with it in Reflect, is just simply a set of reusable test steps that you've created. A login segment is one of the most common ones. So if we said, I want to sign in to the Bear store, what you'll see is that it has the context on whether or not there is a segment for this particular application, which there is. So here you can see that it says it's going to attempt to add the segment. We can see in this case that this segment has parameters. I've already pre-configured that. So that would allow me to log in as a different user than the one that is the default parameters here. We'll just go ahead and click Insert Segments. And what this is doing is going ahead and running those steps that are in the segment to verify that those are in fact working correctly. Once we verify that those steps are working, you can see that the agent sees that that was successful. And now it's going to take a screenshot to see what it can do, what the current state of the application is now. So whether you're using the in-app agent or the external agent, you'll see that the workflow here is basically the same. It's the same set of functionality. You can do the same sets of things in the in-app agent as the external agent. But the way that the workflow works is basically it's going to take a screenshot after pretty much every step to determine what the current state of your application is and to know what to do next. So let's say I give it another high-level task. Let's say I want to search for a basketball and add it to the shopping cart. So again, this is a high-level task, and the agent is going to assist in doing that by basically step-by-step performing actions, and you'll see those actions being added one by one in the test here. So here it says I'm going to search for basketball. So you can see here it's going to click on the search field. And once it clicks on the search field, probably the next step it's going to do is enter the basketball query. See that here? Yep, it's adding basketball. Now we can stop this at any time. We can interact with the site directly if we want to. So really your sessions can be a mix of using the agent or just interacting with the application directly. So it gives you a lot of flexibility. It doesn't have to be an either or, it can actually be both. Now this is the external agent. One thing that I wanted to show you is our in-app agent. So this is a feature that we've just released. Today, we're launching it to all customers. And it works very similarly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel this here. We'll exit out of this. I'll cancel this. And we're going to expand this here to see full screen because we're going to do that same type of test, but in the in-app agent. So we'll call this test. We'll use Bear Store as well, and we'll begin recording. Now, with our in-app agent, which is launching today to all customers, it's the same set of functionality that I just demoed with Claude Code, except it's the agent inside of Reflect itself. And this works for both web tests as well as mobile tests. So in our add a prompt step text area, which we've had for a while, normally what you would add here is something that is a single action or assertion. So something like click on the login link, something like that, or validate there are no errors on the page. And if it's a single action, it will continue to work as it does today, where it will just perform that action. In this case, it will determine that it's an assertion, and then it will succeed or fail based on if there's errors on the page. Now, what we can do here actually is we can add a more complex action. So we'll go here and say, I want to, maybe we'll scroll up here. We'll say, I want to log into the Bear Store. And this is going to open up our agent. So what happens is if you're adding a prompt, which it determines is not just a simple action or assertion, it's going to open this new agent and determine the agent will help you perform the actions to complete this task. In this case, it's log into Bear Store. So again, what it's going to do is going to find that we already have a segment. So we'll click proceed here. And like the Claude Code example, it's going to suggest a segment. Here you can see it's suggesting a segment. There's some nice additional UI when you're using the in-app agent where you can see the details of the segment that we're suggesting. You can see what tests it's referencing in your account. You could look for other segments if you wanted to, or you could just say, use it. So again, the actions are the same. Once you click use segment, it will insert that segment and you get the option to change the parameters if there are parameters associated with the segment. But once you do that, you have control to perform additional tasks. So on the right-hand side here, we'll see once this verification step is completed, we can add additional tasks. We can also pause, just like in the Claude Code agent, you can pause your tests and perform additional actions if you want to. So, okay, so we've added our verification step. You can see here the agent's determining if we should perform any additional actions. Here it's saying the task is completed, and it told us what it did here. So now what I'm going to tell it to do is register as a new user. So in this case, what the agent should be doing is taking a screenshot, as you can see here, to determine what actions it should take to get to the end state, which is successfully registering as a new user. And you can see the reasoning that it's providing here. So again, one of the principles that we have here, whether you're using the external agent or the in-app agent, is that you're in control. So it will ask you to confirm the action that it wants to take before it goes off and starts performing the steps to complete that action. And here you can see that to register a user, I'm going to log out and then access the registration page. So we could actually override this if we wanted to. We could say, actually, I just want you to go to the furniture page. So in this case, we'll see that the proceed is rejected, and it will provide a new plan for what it's going to do. We'll click proceed in that case, and it will navigate over to the furniture page. So again, this is something that is for test creation. This is assisting you into creating the test. Um, we're excited to see all the different applications and use cases that you could use for this particular use case. But once you've created your test, it works the exact same way as tests that you've created in Reflect before. So it's going to be able to be run on a schedule, on demand, via suites. You can kick it off via CI. You can modify it. And again, we could stop here and just start interacting with the page directly if we wanted to. This is not a fully autonomous test creation tool, so it does require that the user is reviewing and approving the test, but that's by design. So this is meant to be an assistant to the tester. So as you saw with like the proceed button, you have to approve it before it will go off and do some work. And until you save it, it's not going to be a test that's added to your Reflect account. So you're really in control there. This is launched today, so it's available to all Reflect users starting today. There is no charge to use it, and it does not use your credits. So it's basically unlimited usage for it at no additional charge.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Todd. And really thank you to our attendees today. Oh, wait, we have one more question. I'll ask it live, and Todd, I'm not sure if you can answer it, but I'll put you on the spot a little bit here.
Yeah.
Um, are these adaptive tests deterministic, same actions every run, or does the AI reinterpret the app each execution?
It's the latter. So when you add the steps that we're adding here are what we call prompt steps. So they're just English language instructions. So the AI, when it's generating the instructions, is basing it on what it sees during that run. But since these are English language instructions, they hopefully will capture the intent of what you're trying to test, not just the individual selector or something that you chose at that particular point in time. So in other words, if I were to save this test and run it next week, every time we get to one of those AI steps, the AI is going to get engaged during that test execution to determine what action it should take. So if your registration button moves from the left-hand side to the right-hand side or goes from green to blue, it will be resilient to those types of changes.
And one more question. Is there a plan to ever add deterministic AI next steps or test steps, excuse me?
Yeah, if you're looking for more determinism, I would recommend our record and play steps. Those actually will use selectors, so you get a little bit more control on exactly what it's going to do. So you can modify the selectors that we choose by default. So if you're looking for more determinism, I would recommend using the record and play steps.
All right, I think we have time for one last question. Um, how would the agent know what features got updated and only test them?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the agent in this case, is only running a test creation. So the short answer is it doesn't know. So the agent is meant in this case to assist in creating your tests based on the current state of the application. We are working on additional agents that would help during test execution, which would help your test become more resilient when the application itself changes over time. So that would be coming later this year. This, though, is focused specifically on making it easier to create a test.
All right. And with that, I think that we will end. Todd, thank you so much. This was a great practical demonstration of Reflect. I'm really excited to see it. Thank you to our audience for attending. Thank you to those who asked questions. We really appreciate it. We recorded the session, and so we will release the recording in the coming days. And then be on the lookout for our next demo den session in June. So we'll also invite you guys to that. But with that, thanks again, and we hope to see you guys for our next session. Have a wonderful day, everybody.